Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Hagerstown. We are so glad that you are here with us. We've got Stephanie here with special music, and it's the fourth Sunday of Advent. It's about joy, right? And we're ready. Here we go.
Joy to the world, Christ comes within. Let all our praises sing. Let every heart prepare in room, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. Joy to the world, great tidings bring. Let earth its sounds employ. The fields and floods, rocks, hills, and plains, repeat the sounds of joy. Repeat the sounds of joy. Repeat the sounds of joy. No more let hurt or sorrows grow. Forgiveness over pain. Love comes to make all blessings flow. Our hearts are filled with love. Our hearts are filled with love. Our hearts are filled with love. He rules the world with truth and grace, and makes the nations prove the glories of its faithfulness, and wonders of its love, and wonders of its love, and wonders of its love.
Well, welcome to Unity. I think I have you guys doing another song next. No. Surprise. It's so good to see each and every one of you here on this chilly morning. I'm happy that you're here. And for those watching us virtually, of course, we love having you join us no matter the format, whether it's YouTube or Facebook. So if you will join me. Let's go back. Opening prayer. Yeah, if you will join me in our opening prayer. Let's take a moment. Nice deep breath. And on the exhale, allow the body to relax. Allow the thoughts to calm down. And I invite you to allow my words to speak for you. And as I center myself in the awareness of a Christ presence that is in all things, through all things, I deepen my understanding and recognizing that this presence is through me as well, within me as me. I open my heart to a deeper understanding. I open my heart to a greater love, and I open my heart to that joy to the world, joy throughout the world. We give thanks for coming together today, and I give thanks for this Advent season. Time to reflect on my own spiritual journey, time to deepen, time to grow. And so it is. Amen. And now, if you will, let's join me in the mission statement. Together, Unity of Hagerstown, a welcoming community, embraces spiritual awakening through affirmative prayer and meditation, creating a positive path of abundant living for all. And now we have the reading of the daily word with Barbara, and the lighting of the Advent candles as well.
Good morning. Good morning. And today's word, of course, is joy. There is a stirring in the air that calls me to rejoice. The imminent birth of the Christ into humanity is an exciting time. Joy is the welcoming of unconditional love and the deep knowing it is the birthright of all the world's beings. It is the awe felt at the birth of a baby, the scent of crisp, clean air, or watching a comet flame across the night sky. These are some of the wonders that bring me joy. I need not wait for those serendipitous happenings to awaken my joy. As I have embarked on the Advent journey, I have grown in faith, peace, and love. With joy, my Advent journey is nearing completion. This wonderful feeling of deep contentment, a full heart, a tranquil mind leads to the expectancy of the birth of the Christ within, the greatest gift I could receive. And from Matthew 2:10, when they saw the star that had stopped, they were overwhelmed with joy. And today's affirmation, my Advent journey leads me to joy. If you'll repeat it with me, take it into your heart. Together, my Advent journey leads me to joy. It's out. We have technical difficulties. And we'll sit in contemplation of the beauty of the light.
Thank you, Barbara. And I wanted to thank Steph and Patty, too, for the beautiful Christmas music, the prelude to our service today. That was really lovely. Yes. Oh, and Brett, too. Of course, Brett, yes. And now we have an opportunity to greet each other, greet our neighbors here. And again, as a reminder, gentle reminder, that this is just time to say hello and ask how you are perhaps, but not a life story time, okay? And if you are not a hugger, then extend your hand if you like, because this group does tend to hug. And for all of you huggers, make sure you're asking before you're just going in, okay? Okay, so let's greet our neighbors for a few minutes.
I didn't say hi to Facebook friends. Here, we're so glad that you're here with us, and please, if you can, put a comment in the comment section. We love you, we appreciate you. Thank you.
More than you can.
Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us
you again. Beautiful music. We are blessed indeed. So we are at this fourth Sunday of Advent, of course, looking at joy. But just to recap a little bit, this Advent season is an invitation for us to reflect upon our own spiritual journey and what that journey is, how it's reflected in the Christmas story, if you will. So we started off with faith. We stepped out in faith. We made the commitment to be peace. We opened our heart to a greater love. In fact, David Rico tells us, an open heart is boundless. Gotta love that, right? That is unconditioned in its scope. Once we are awakened to love as the lifelong purpose of our hearts, then feeling love for all the world becomes the meaning and greatest joy of living. So obviously, an open heart leads us to living in joy. Now, deep down, we may feel that we don't deserve joy. You know, maybe it's good for other people, but maybe we don't deserve it ourselves. Ernest Holmes tells us that every person represents an individualization of universal wholeness, the love, peace, joy, and freedom of spirit. We have a divine right to be the masters of our own fate. We have a divine right to rise above fear, impoverishment, and disease. We understand that the power of the Spirit expresses through every atom of our being now, this moment. We are an expression of joy, my friends. And we have not only the right to be so, we have the ability within us to be so as well. And again, looking back, sometimes looking within, maybe we're more comfortable in seeing to another person's happiness than our own. But are happiness and joy the same thing? I don't think so. Happiness happens to us. It's usually found when we're seeking something outside of ourselves, whether it's the next job, the new house, the vacation, the perfect spouse, whatever it is. Joy is a part of our essential nature. Happiness is a choice we make to pursue it, right? But joy is who we are. It's intentionally made to choose joy. It's an attitude of the heart and spirit. It's within us and as a kind of untapped reservoir that we can tap into. How do we move into this feeling of joy or this being of joy? Through disarming the heart, through taking our walls down, through being the love that we are, through kindness, through forgiveness, and through service, among other ways. Love leads us to a life of meaning, a life of joy. Love leads us to opening our hearts and recognizing who we really are as that Christ consciousness, as that individualization of spirit, if you will. Of course, Miracles tells us it's not danger that comes when defenses are laid down. It's safety, it's peace, it's joy, it is God. When we lay down the walls of our hearts, when we let our hearts be open, we experience that sweetness of spirit. So we were born to know and born to be joy. And as we draw closer to the Christmas season, there are more and more songs on the radio, probably starting before Halloween in some cases, that are kind of insistent upon a merry, holly, jolly Christmas. It's very superficial to me at times. It feels almost grainy, shall I say. Is that sacrilegious? I don't know. But that's not the joy we're talking about. We're talking about a deep inner joy that really draws upon the metaphysical meaning of Christmas, the birth of the awareness of Christ consciousness within each of us. And that's how we experience joy. It doesn't mean life's problems will go away, but our response to the problem may be different. We may still experience pain and suffering because, we are human. We are 100% human. We are 100% divine as well. But instead of resisting those feelings or distracting ourselves with too much of whatever, we all have our personal way of distracting ourselves. Maybe it's busyness, maybe it's too much binging Netflix, whatever it is. Instead of distracting ourselves, we learn to embrace what we are facing. Deepak Chopra tells us if you embrace the present and become one with it, you will experience a fire, a sparkle of ecstasy throbbing in every living sentient being. As you experience this exaltation of spirit in everything that is alive, as you become intimate with it, joy will be born within you. Yes, so there is this field of gold, if you will, of love, of life, that is the very foundation for all of creation. It is also the very foundation for who you are as well. The closer we move in consciousness and awareness of this foundation of love, this field of love, light, the more presence of spirit we experience, the more we recognize that presence is within ourselves, the more we understand that joy comes from that presence. Doesn't mean, again, that life is easy or pain-free. It means that we turn our faces to the wind of whatever challenges we're facing and accept that this is the storm that we are meant to pass through. We don't succeed by denying the challenges in front of us. That's kind of an ostrich approach, right? And we call it spiritual bypass here. We're trying to go around something, and it doesn't work. The acceptance of reality is the only place from which we can begin to heal, from which we can begin to grow as well. The world's wisdom traditions teach that happiness is found in external things, as I said, people, events, and it all fades in time. But that joy, that presence of joy that is everywhere throughout all of creation, in backup, the essence of it, and it's within our own consciousness, is eternal. We can always tap into that joy. And we can do so through service, as I mentioned. Rabindranath Tagore, I believe is how you pronounce this, says, I slept and dreamt that life was joy. I woke and saw that life was service. I acted and behold, service was joy. Love leads us to serve, which leads us to joy. I'd like to share a story from a book entitled Humankind Changing the World, One Small Act at a Time. And this is a story about the original Secret Santa. Larry Stewart grew up in a small town in Mississippi living with his grandparents. And he didn't know until he went to school that they were poor. Because the other kids had running water, indoor plumbing, they had telephones, but he didn't grow up with that. As a young adult, he confronted poverty again when he went out to work, and his employer went out of business, owing Larry more than one paycheck. So Larry was forced to sleep in his car. He was homeless. He used his clothes to keep warm, piling them over him at night. And he hoped to kind of forget about his hunger. Well, we know that doesn't really happen. We can't really forget about it at times. But so by the time he'd gone a couple days without a regular meal, he decided he'd go to the local diner. He was so desperate. He didn't know how he would pay for his breakfast, but he was going to go. So when he finished eating, he started looking around as if he had lost his wallet. Where is it? Where is it? And the cook came out from behind the counter and started looking too to help him find it. And then suddenly the search was over when the cook said, "You must have dropped this," and handed him a $20 bill. Larry was so grateful that he made a vow that as soon as he was able to, he was going to repay others as well. He was going to pass it on. And over time, he did become financially stable, and he set out to keep that vow. And the first time he passed it on, he was at a drive-in restaurant where they come out to serve you, right? And he noticed that the server, I was going to say waitress, that's not quite the word we use anymore, the server was wearing an old and tattered coat. It could not have been keeping her warm. And when he paid her for his meal, he told her, keep the change. And evidently it was a lot of change because tears welled up in her eyes and her hands shook, her voice shook, and said, you don't know how much this means to me. But Larry did kind of know how much it meant to her because he had experienced much the same thing. He was so lifted up, he was so inspired, he was filled with joy in that act of giving that he started driving around looking for people to give to. And they weren't hard to find, they never are, but he would hand out 5s, 10s, 20s, and the more successful Larry became, the more money he gave away. I think there's a connection between the two myself, okay? So he earned considerable wealth with the cable and telephone service in Kansas City area, and he was anonymously giving away substantial amounts as a secret Santa. And he would find recipients working with local social workers, working with the fire department, working with the police officers. He also found some on his own by going to laundromats, going to businesses that paid minimum wage. At thrift stores, he often found people as well. And it would change their Christmas. For some, it enabled them to buy toys for their family, for their children. For others, it enabled them to pay their utility bills. Larry didn't want people to have to beg or, get in line and apply for money. He wanted to preserve dignity as much as he was able. That's why he kept it anonymous. All told, he gave away more than $1.4 million over the years. And there are many stories from people whose homes he was able to save by making that mortgage payment, or who they weren't going to have a Christmas until Larry came across their path. In 2006, after serving as an anonymous Santa for more than 20 years, Larry was diagnosed with terminal cancer. And at that point, he decided to kind of go public with his role here as Secret Santa, hoping that it would recruit more Santas to the job, and that's exactly what it did. A wave of new Secret Santas appeared after the interview. Thousands of people were helped through this worldwide. Larry gave the Secret Santas a gift as well. On the website for the Society of Secret Santas, and I wasn't able to find this, but this is what was in the book, so I think it's true. This is written: the compassion shared from one spontaneous random act of kindness is elevating, priceless, and not easily explained. It is an instant connection between souls that can change a life forever. Being a Secret Santa has blessings beyond words. Service, generosity, gives meaning to our lives, but it's also a vehicle for joy to bubble up and be shared. Deepak Chopra tells us, when your creative expressions match the needs of your fellow humans, then wealth will spontaneously flow from the unmanifest into the manifest, from the realm of the spirit to the world of form. You will begin to experience your life as a miraculous expression of divinity, not just occasionally, but all the time. And you will know true joy and the true meaning of success, the ecstasy and exaltation of your own spirit. Giving back, opening our hearts, they both lead us to joy. Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, gave us another way as well that opens us up to joy. He tells us, the free, open mind thus stayed on God, is certain to bring forth joy, real satisfaction in living, and true prosperity. The free, open mind stayed on that presence of spirit within, without. In Buddhism, there is a short saying that helps people to awaken to some truth, if you will. When you lose your mind, come back. When you lose your mind, come back. So during meditation, if we lose focus, we can come back to our breath, right? If we lose comfort in a position, we shift our position and come back to comfort. But we find that we have lost our joy, we can come back to center, come back to that presence of God, come home to that inner realm of our hearts. The song that I've got joy like a fountain carries with it a great amount of truth. Joy is meant to be expressed and to bubble over. It is meant to be shared, I believe, through service, through connections, through communion. We always can come back to the place that feels like home within, no matter how far we may wander. So we're going to move into a time of meditation now to connect with this core of our being and come home to that pure essence of joy that we are. So I invite you to get comfortable and close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so. If not, just go ahead and look with a soft gaze on the floor in front of you. Paying attention to our breath with the inhale and the exhale. Inhale and exhale. Allowing the body to relax, allowing the thoughts to calm down. A free and open mind, stayed on God, brings forth joy. So I release any judgment I may be holding. I release any petty resentments to free myself of these small-minded ways. I open my mind to the activity of spirit within, to the joy, the peace, the love within. And as we move into a time of meditation, I invite you to focus on your heart space, using your breath as a vehicle and an anchor to go deeper in this meditation time. Being open. Keeping our mind on that spirit of love. Keeping our mind on the presence of God in the silence. And as we continue to sit restfully, I invite Brett and Patty to play our next song, and you can sing along and you can continue to let it just wash over you.
Deepest joy is all that you are. You are deepest joy is all that you are. You are deepest joy is all that you are. You are deepest joy is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place, such a holy place. We are deepest joy is all that we are. We are deepest joy is all that we are. Show the way. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place, such a holy place. I am deepest joy is all that I am. I am deepest joy is all that I am. Show the way. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place, such a holy place. We are deepest joy is all that we are. We are deepest joy is all that we are.
Beautiful. Thank you, Brent and Patty. And I apologize for leaving my mic on while I was singing.
It was great.
Oh. Okay, let's join together in our prosperity affirmation. Together, prosperity flows freely through our church, nourishing our ministry while enriching the lives we touch. We are grateful stewards of all that is given, using it wisely to create a legacy of love and service. And as the offering is taken, we have another song.
Please join us.
a few announcements. We got a lot going on, okay, in the next couple weeks. So this Wednesday we have a Christmas service and potluck. And so what you can do, if you want, is to come join your spiritual family before going to see your regular family, you know, your kin, if you will. And it might be just the thing to get us centered so that we can, sometimes family gatherings can be a little challenging, but, you know, it might be the thing to do, to come get centered first. So note that if you want to. It's 11 o'clock here. And it's actually going to be a shorter service. It's not going to be the same as our Sunday service, but just more of a Taze type service. Our Burning Bowl service is next Sunday. That's a great way to come back and look at the year that's been and what you might want to release before moving into 2025. Maybe it's an attitude, a belief, whatever it is. Immediately after the service, we have our finance meeting for anybody who's interested in the state of Unity's finances. And then we have some great ways to start the new year. Wednesday, the 1st, is our vision board and brunch. Please sign up for that because we need a number of how many lunches or brunches to prepare. And then the sound bath is Wednesday evening at 6 p.m., a wonderful, relaxing, healing time with Sabrina. And then on the 3rd, our knitters and crocheters are meeting, Stitched with Love, making prayer shawls and probably other things as well. I don't know what you guys are doing. But wonderful work coming out of our Stitch with Love group. Whitestone service is a way to start the new year intentionally. That's on the 5th of Sunday, and that will be followed by our annual congregational meeting. And then chair yoga is starting up on the 6th, which is a Monday. There's 2 options there, chair yoga or traditional yoga. So there are flyers for most of these events on the table in the foyer. And one thing I'd like to also kind of emphasize is our winter meditation retreat on January 4th. Reverend Patricia Lansky will be presenting this. She is a wonderful retreat leader. Her idea is to offer retreats quarterly so that we are really grounded for the year. Particularly 2025, there may be changes coming up that we want to stay centered throughout. So this is a great way to do it. We have to have 12 people in order to move forward with this retreat. So if you're thinking about it and decide to do it, we need your registration by the 29th. Okay. And then, wait, there's more. Okay, so we have, oh my goodness, we have a volunteer sign-up sheet for greeters, those who want to read the Daily Word. This is a once-a-month commitment for 2025. One Sunday out of every month for the year. Doesn't mean that if you have to swap Sundays, you can certainly do that. We also are looking for, looks like AV is taking care of hospitality, the people who bring in wonderful snacks and stuff. One Sunday a month to take care of that. And a couple people to clean up or after the service, to vacuum, take the trash out, whatnot. I want to point out that the greeters, it would be great to have 2 greeters a Sunday. So if someone's already signed up for the Sunday that you want, go ahead and put your name on there as well. Okay, so I'm going to pass along 3 sign-up sheets. Okay, and at this point, we're going to say goodbye to our Facebook friends, our virtual friends. We hope to see you in person one day soon. Please know how much we appreciate your love and support, and put a comment down in the comment section so we can, engage. There we go. Thank you so much.